Good day, everyone. My name is Thearas.
My name is Ivander Lukas.
My name is Shaohana Debora.
And here, we as a team will present to you our project with the title Shock, Structure, or Resilience, Unpacking Post-COVID-19 Pandemic Economic Recovery Paths.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, the global economy experienced its sharpest downturn in decades. According to IMF, global GDP fell by 3.4% in 2020. Yet, the recovery looked very different across countries. Some bounced back quickly and others stagnated. And here, we wanted to unpack why these differences occur. Specifically, we asked two key research questions. The first one is what distinct recovery clusters emerged after COVID-19, and the second one is how important was our resilience index in explaining them. To answer this, we built a composite resilience index combining data from World Bank, the Global Health Security Index, and COVID impact data to capture both pre-existing capacity and pandemic responses.
We'll answer the research questions that we stated before. We prepare ourselves with these three methodology. The first one is index construction using panel PCA. The second one is finding recovery paths by using K-means clustering. And the third one is testing predictors using random forest. The first one, we built the resilience index using panel PCA with 8 indicators: health, education, access to basic sanitation and drinking services, country reserves, forest area, and also GFCF. Second one, after we identify the resilience index using those 8 indicators mentioned, we also use K-means clustering to cluster all of the countries with total 204 countries all over the world with two features. The first one is GDP shock 2020 and also the GDP recovery 2021 to differ them into 4 clusters. And then the last method that we use is random forest to identify what caused a country to be in a specific cluster by considering A, resilience index that we built before using the panel PCA. The second is shock 2020, tourism receipts, trade GDP, and also elder population. By that being done, we have some key findings. The first one is the cluster. We have a world map with a COVID-19 economy recovery clusters. The first cluster, the 01, titled Stall Recovery with Deep Fall and Weak Rebound, consists of 66 countries, for example, Andorra, Argentina, Armenia, Barbados, and other countries. The second one is Global Middle Cluster with moderate fall and rebound, 131 countries, including Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, American Samoa, and another country. The third one is V-shaped rebound with sharp fall but also strong recovery with only 2 countries inside, Guyana and Timor-Leste. The last one is outliers or countries with unusual growth paths with 5 countries, Aruba, Libya, Maldives, Monaco, Turks, and Caicos Islands.
Okay, we're moving on into the second sections of key findings. We're going to talk about the model accuracy. So our random forest model achieved 86.3 accuracy, showing that the selected features explain recovery patterns very well. The rebound effect, basically how bad 2020 was, dominated with 64.3.6% importance, following by economic and demographic structures. Surprisingly, our resilience index built from WDY and GHS COVID data contributed only 8.1% to explaining recovery type. This means the recovery type is shaped mostly by depth of the initial hit, then who you are, such as older population, tourism exposure, pre-COVID resilience with red playing in a supporting role. Or we can just say that the pre-existing capacity and the health preparedness didn't necessarily translate to faster short GDP recovery. And so in the conclusion section, we have 3 big points that we're going to discuss. The first one is ethical consideration. The first one is we find these 8 development indicators such as health, education, and sanitation are poor predictors of short-term GDP recovery. And the second one, this must not be misinterpreted as health and education are unimportant. And the second big point is the final conclusion. Primary driver of short-term recovery are first, the rebound effect 2020 shock, and the second one, economic and demographic structures such as population and tourism. And we're moving on into the last conclusion is the policy recommendation. For short-term GDP recovery, policymaker must focus on economic fundamentals, not just these 8 indicators. Policymakers can push the economic diversification and integrate the demographic and the economic policy.
All from our team. Thank you.